When you draw your character in a pose, does it feel stiff or unnatural? Maybe you're having difficulty showing your character's personality through their body language alone. Body language is storytelling. It's not anatomy. So let's get into it. When you draw your character doing something, no matter how big or small, you want to just keep in mind that they're an actual person within your world. They have thoughts, they have emotions, they have different ways of doing things. I drew a ton of promos a long time ago for Stud, celebrating, being very happy, being very silly, and this was a great exercise to actually just show him be expressive. These actually were based off of holidays throughout the year, so I have New Year's, Valentine's Day, St. Patty's Day, which is actually his birthday, which is why you see that clip of money right there. April Fools, summertime, more summertime, him just being really fun. This is what he does in the rain, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and even Christmas. In all of those examples, you can see his body language and how he emotes just by standing around or doing whatever activity. Another great example to show the difference between these two characters is showing them eat. You have Stud stuffing things inside of his mouth as he eats, and you have Dan being very reserved as he's talking and not eating and talking at the same time. It's supposed to show their personality through the way they move, and it's all about body language. I'm sure you've heard that 80% of what you're saying is not coming out of your mouth. Well, it's the same thing with your manga character. Another great example is showing Stud run after Brim inside of Volume 3. He's very excited, he's very determined, and she's just deep in thought walking along. I remember a while ago, my mentor was drawing this book for Oni Press. There were several kids inside of this book, but two of them were siblings, a little girl and a little boy. The little boy was very serious, very still, very reserved. But the little girl was very excited. She was flailing her arms everywhere. She was moving around, very expressive. You should check out this book. It's called Alabaster Shadows. And just by looking at both of those characters, you can instantly tell that their body language shows their personality. Again, like I said, body language is not anatomy, it's storytelling. Think about how your characters are going to move and interact with each other. Here are some things that you can do to practice your body language techniques. First and foremost, be a lot more observant of the people that are around you in life. If you actually know them and you know their personality, then you can try to map that onto their movements. Maybe there's this one really cool guy that walks and he has like a little, rhythm to him. Maybe you know somebody that's very confident, and while they walk, they're looking up, they're not looking down, their shoulders are, stretched back. Maybe you know somebody that's a little bit more insecure and they just, always look down. They don't necessarily look up at anybody. If they do look up, it's very shy-like. Start to recognize the people in your own life and use that as an example whenever you're drawing your own character. Again, just keep in mind, 80% of whatever you're saying is not coming out of your mouth. In the next video, we're going to be talking about recognizable characters, but just to pinpoint the body language, try to think about another series like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Stardust Crusaders. Jotaro Kujo was always very cool, always had his hands in his pocket, very confident, never looked down. His body language alone was screaming, I'm confident, I'm going to make this happen no matter what. So again, body language is about storytelling. Like I said, in the next video, we're going to be talking about how to make your character as recognizable as possible, mainly in silhouettes. Stay tuned.